let us understand something more about data networks, IP addresses, and APIs. We have understood that the data will move from one point to another point with the help of switches and routers. The transmission speed will depend upon the capacity of the transmission line to carry the data, which is known as bandwidth. This much we know. Let's know something more about it. Something more about traffic shaping and quality of service. Okay. So, one term is something known as latent sensitivity. What is this latent sensitivity? Data such as real-time voice and high-quality video. Meaning thereby that some kind of data which is highly sensitive, transmission of this kind of data can't be delayed, should get priority over the other data packets in the network. It's like police car, it's like ambulance. The movement of such vehicles is sensitive, so they should get priority. This is data latent sensitivity. Then friends, the next is prioritized traffic. Data and applications that are time delay sensitive or latency sensitive apps. Now you understand. When you understand latent sensitivity, then you understand that they should get some priority over the other traffic. Then friends, we have something known as throttle traffic. Gives latency sensitive apps priority. Other types of traffic need to be held back. Throttled means we have strangulated, stopped movement of that traffic. So this is something known as throttle traffic. And next is traffic shaping. The ability to prioritize and throttle network traffic. The ability of the network itself to understand where it should stop, which packet should get priority, is something friends known as traffic shaping. Another term related to this is near field communication. This I have already shared with you in one of the previous lectures. But what is this near field communication more? Close proximity radio waves, more secure than other wireless technologies. Radio waves are there. They are being used to communicate, share the signals. When this will happen? When the two objects will come together, close, nearby. That's why it's being termed as near field communication. This is being treated as more secure as compared to other methods. So, we have few examples like Apple iWatch, like digital tickets providing access to concerts, like kiosks to transmit moves in supermarkets, like transmit public transport payment through the phones. This is something known as NFC, near field communication. Then friends, we have mashup. What is this mashup? General term related to referring to the integration of two or more technologies such as Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. So they provide intelligence. Now two technologies are integrating and they are working together to make the communication possible. Inter-automobile collision avoidance. My car is using Bluetooth, your car is using Wi-Fi, but they are in a position to communicate with each other, so the two automobiles will not crash with each other. This can be done with other technologies also. We have another term known as Application Program Interface API. What is this API? I have just shared in the previous video, but right now more. Boundary where two separate systems meet. This system and another system, they are going to integrate, interact with each other It consists of a set of functions, commands, and protocols used by programmers for operating system interactivity without having to write a program from scratch. My information system, my software, is willing to communicate with your software. Normally what will be done? My developer will write a program with the help of which my program of the software will be able to interact with your software or the program. But this will be really a tough job if we want to give this open window, this open opportunity to every software. So, what is being done? API is being created. So, my application program or the software is having one API. This API can be matched with the API of the other software of the program, and then both the programs will start communicating with each other. It can be automated for simplified usability like Twitter or Facebook. Amazon is also using this kind of technology. Friends, how this is happening in the case of business, let's understand with the help of this diagram. We have something known as business assets, API, and developers. What is happening in between? For what? For value chain in business. This is API value chain in business. Okay. So we have business assets like data information, product, services. Every such application will be having API. With the help of API, what are we trying to do? Is to provide quick, easy access to business assets. Okay. This will be done by the developers. They use APIs to create new business interactions. From here, we are having applications created using APIs. And with the help of applications created using APIs, we are in a position to communicate with customers, employees, and users, use the business apps, and give them access to assets. So, what is happening actually that this entire thing is happening to connect customers, employees, and users to business assets. That's why API is being used. API are the channels to new customers and markets. APIs enable partners to use business assets to extend the reach of their company's product or services to customers, markets they might not reach easily. If the API is not there, then the customers or the suppliers or the other users will not be able to access the information system. But with the help of API, they are in a position to do so. API promote innovation. Through an API, people who are committed to a challenge or a problem can solve it themselves. APIs are better way to recognize information technology. APIs promote innovation by allowing everyone in a company to use each other's assets without delay. Assets, you understand, is nothing but the information which is being owned, held by one entity or the department or the software. With the help of API, we are in a position to have access to that information or the asset, and in this manner collaborate and innovate. API creates a path to lots of applications. Apps are the applications. Apps are going to be a crucial channel in future, in next 10 years. Apps are powered by APIs. Developers use APIs and combinations of APIs to create new user experience. This is something, friends, API. With the help of this, we have concluded this first section of chapter 4. We have lots of questions at the end of it. You know the power of questions.